Kathleen, it is so nice to meet you. You've done such a wonderful job in the show. Love your work there.
Thanks, John. Lovely to meet you too.
Oh, yeah, so great to meet you. And again, this is such amazing work, and I'd love to start by getting to know today what it was that attracted you to this project as an actor.
There were two things. First of all, the quality of the writing, which was amazing, and not what you always find in long form television. To tell the truth, not what you always find everywhere. So there was wonderful writing, and then the chance to join that kind of wonderful pantheon of women of a certain age who run the intelligence agencies. It seemed it was a pretty swell crowd, and to be asked to become one of them was a great compliment.
It is a pretty iconic role these days to be the head of any kind of intelligence agency. And obviously, speaking of St. George as a whole, too, there's the role, obviously, the fact of being the head that's attracting to you, that was attractive to you. What else attracted you to play this particular character?
There were two things about it. First of all, the challenge of doing the most with the least, because St. George is often, though not always, silent. And then the chance to play the two parts of this character, the head, which is everything that happens in the orphanage, and the heart, which happens because we discover something about her. We spend some time with her in her real life.
We do, and that is definitely an interesting piece to the story as well. And I think what I enjoyed the most about your performance is the nuanced layers to St. George, partly because of what happens at home that we're not going to spoil today, but also because I noticed this series has a very big push towards having a different kind of moral core. A lot of these stories in this vein are very much about, let's get the bad guys, everything at all costs. But there's almost a sense of moral light to this particular story, especially in St. George's character. How did you find that light within her?
It begins with the premise that this organization exists to protect something precious, that the watchers must have a watcher, and that all of us are engaged in producing the greatest good for the greatest number. The moral ambiguity comes when you have to decide how much collateral damage is acceptable for what you consider to be the greatest good, and what you do as a person with the damage you've done.
I love that. That's really complex and wondrous. That's it's a great way to sum that up. Well, that's for sure. And then obviously this is such a just a refreshing thriller. I mean, it really is so unique and so much fun. What does it mean to you as an actor to be a part of something that is going to be lauded as something so refreshing and new?
Well, we hope it will be lauded. All love it. I mean, I don't know that I've been very fortunate in my work to do really terrific projects, but I don't know that I've ever been in one that's better written, and in one that has a more impressive cast, because the people in this company, from the newcomers, or relative newcomers, like Sinclair, to the veteran actors in the company, are all absolutely at the top of their game. Absolutely. And the other thing to do that I realized, because they just gave us all of them, so I hadn't seen them all before. To watch all of them, it's very beautiful as a thing. It's just all the lighting choices, all the design choices are really striking. So it has an artistic signature too.
Yeah, I really hadn't thought about that. That's a good point, because most espionage stories, it's a very very sanitized space in a lot of those buildings. But this is, the orphanages. Not the orphanage. I just totally messed that part up. But it's all so gorgeous. It really, really is. So it really is quite beautiful there. And obviously there's we don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot that people have a reason to be excited about and to enjoy with this. What are you most excited for audiences to watch?
To grapple with this question of what is acceptable to defend what you believe is right. That's a big question, I think, for everybody, both in their private lives and in the world. What constitutes the greater good, and what can you do, and what are you willing to do to defend it? And when does the defense of the thing you're defending undermine the entire purpose?
Ooh, I like that. That's a lot to think upon, and it definitely is worthwhile. Definitely part of the watch that makes it worthwhile is that it has such depth to it. So, well, that's a great insight. Thank you so much for it. Thank you for all your insights today. That's all the questions I have for you, all the time we have for today. So, Kathleen, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.